comply with law. If one person doesn't do it right, that means, do we forget it?
Oh, the Ayatollahs comply with law. The Ayatollahs comply with law now.
We should be setting the standard.
Hello, dear patriots. Straight to the point. Is Fahima Mohamed actually an Iran apologist? Today, we're looking at Lee Anderson, who's tearing her apart in a furious rage on GB News. Let's watch it together and see if she's just spouting excuses for terrorists. Stick around, because I'm going to answer all of this by the end of the video.
The threat from Iran is a real and present threat. We've known about this for decades. This didn't just come out of the blue. Starmer should have been prepared. He should have at least known what he thought about this. And more than that, we have to be a reliable ally. Are we allies with the US or are we not?
You have to think of it as nuance. It's just not one side. And there are many people that are for the actual Ayatollah, who is seen as a leader, a supreme leader. If you're talking about the threat for decades, it just goes to show that nothing really has happened. It's only been spoken decade after decade, especially Netanyahu. And this is actually Netanyahu's war. It's not even USA. A lot of people, even in Congress, and a lot of spokespersons in the US says that whether it was the tariffs that was illegal and now they have to pay back billions, the ICE killings, which were also illegal, and now the illegal war, which does not, go in form with international law. Britain is looking out for their own interests right now. You may or may not be a Starmer fan, but I think he's actually doing the wiser thing right now. We do not have the troops, and even from the last war, they are still suffering from people not wanting to come in to actually fight for this country. Majority of people who are even saying that they're patriots would not want to. The aftermath of that has been scarred for decades.
Why the hell are we still talking nuance with a regime that's funded terrorism for decades?
Or anyone else do not support the government in going into war like they did before. And it's definitely so many other countries other than Iran. The GCC has got similar sort of governments, similar threats, so-called, and so many different atrocities that are happening. But we pick and choose, and we're always having a double standard, and we're not consistent when we are calling out. Saudi Arabia is an ally. It's got similar government. It has similar atrocities, and we invest in them. And Starmer has had quite a lot of investment come into this country from Saudi Arabia, from Qatar, from across the globe to actually secure jobs and security and many other things. And we do lack 100%. There is a work in progress. But if you want to, address the Iran conflict, it is absolutely illegal, absolutely unnecessary. And people are now wanting to impeach Trump from the Democrats. And they're even taking over when it comes to certain.
Okay, Fahima.
Making excuses for killing our allies is not a good look, Fahima.
There is a time for caution. There is a time for international law and lawyers like Keir Starmer, who want to go through the process. And then there is a time for action, like Donald Trump.
But what message are we sending out to people like Russia and all of those places?
To
it doesn't
negotiate.
make sense if you're not going to even comply with law. If one person doesn't do it right, that means, do we forget it?
Oh, the Ayatollahs comply with law. The Ayatollahs comply with law now.
We should be setting the standard. We are the West.
So the international law only applies to us, seemingly. This is an existential
threat. But they
threat.
haven't even thrown any rockets or targeted to anyone.
So back to the question at hand, ladies and gentlemen. Is Fahima an Iran apologist dodging the real threats? Well, the straight answer is yes, she is. She deflects all of this and calls it, I don't know, what was it she said? Self-defense illegal? And she downplays nuclear enrichment and terror funding. I mean, yeah, she sounds really lovely, don't she? Even calls the Iranians crazy for celebrating freedom from oppression. That's not really nuance, is it, ladies and gentlemen? It isn't. That's sympathy for the mullahs who export death through Hamas, Hezbollah and the Houthis. This regime is absolutely wicked. It has been for decades. It's an existential threat, and we need leaders like Trump or Reform UK to back Israel, neutralize it and stop the weakness. Smash like for strong borders and real security. Subscribe for more. No more BS takedowns, and I'll see you guys next time. Britain should be at the forefront of all of our minds. Always.